Everyone carries a shadow. Ignore it, and it controls you. Face it, and it sets you free. Carl Jung, one of the greatest psychologists of the 20th century, believed that inside each of us lies a dark side, the shadow. This isn't a fairy tale monster. It's real. It's the part of ourselves we try to hide, deny, and bury deep. But here's the danger. The less we face it, the more power it has over our lives. Jung described the personal shadow as the thing a person has no wish to be. It's made up of all the traits we consider unacceptable: anger, jealousy, weakness, selfishness, even our secret desires. Most people pretend these parts don't exist, but repression doesn't erase them. It just makes them erupt in unexpected ways. That's why you might snap at someone you love, feel resentment for no reason, or say something cruel when you've had too much to drink. The truth is, the shadow is always there, waiting. When we refuse to see our own shadow, we start to project it. We see in others the very qualities we hate in ourselves. If you despise someone's arrogance, it might be because you've buried your own confidence. If you feel constant anger toward others, it may be because you're avoiding your own. Projection is how the shadow tricks us. We think the problem is out there, but really, it's inside. Some people are partly aware of their shadow. They recognize it, manage it, even learn from it. But many refuse to face it at all, and when that happens, the shadow becomes autonomous, acting out in moods, irritability, cruelty, addictions, and self-sabotage. The scariest part: the shadow doesn't just hold our bad qualities, it also hides a potential. Confidence, creativity, resilience, honesty, all of these can be trapped in the dark if we label them as unacceptable. By avoiding our shadow, we don't just avoid pain, we also avoid growth. One way the shadow reveals itself is through dreams. Often, it appears as a person of the same sex as the dreamer, acting as an inner critic or accuser. That harsh voice, that feeling of embarrassment or guilt you get in dreams, that's your shadow calling you out. Not to destroy you, but to wake you up. So what do we do? Jung called this shadow work, the lifelong task of recognizing, negotiating with, and integrating our shadow. This isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming whole. It's like the labors of Hercules. Long, difficult, but transformative. Shadow work means watching your emotional reactions. It means being radically honest about your motives. It means exploring your dreams, writing down your thoughts, and asking yourself, what am I avoiding about myself? It's painful, but ignoring the shadow is far more destructive. The shadow isn't just individual, it's also collective. Entire cultures and societies have shadows, the dark side of what they refuse to acknowledge. When ignored, this darkness spills out as violence, oppression, racism, genocide, and cultural erasure. Think of Nazi Germany. Millions of individuals refusing to face their personal shadows, swept up into a collective one. Ordinary people, doing things they never imagined because their inner darkness merged with society's darkness. This is the collective shadow, the evil we are all capable of when denial takes over. How do we deal with the collective shadow? By taking responsibility, individually and together. That means telling the truth about the past, acknowledging atrocities, oppression, and suffering, not burying them under "let's move on." Truth-telling is painful. It forces both victims and perpetrators to relive wounds. But it's the only way to prevent history from repeating itself. Denial is easy. Responsibility is hard. But the courage to face our darkness frees others from carrying it for us. Here's the key. The personal shadow is the bridge to the collective shadow. If we don't face our own inner darkness, we become vulnerable to society's darkness. Wars, oppression, genocides, they all begin with individuals who never confronted their own shadows. That's why shadow work isn't just personal healing, it's a moral duty. Jung wrote, "There is no light without shadow, and no psychic wholeness without imperfection." Facing your shadow doesn't make you flawless. It makes you real, whole, authentic. Yes, it's terrifying to look at the parts of yourself you'd rather hide. But the reward is freedom, strength, balance. The war is inside us, and inside everyone. But if we have the courage to face it, the shadow is part of you, but it doesn't have to control you. Face it, and you'll discover the light that's been waiting inside all along. If this spoke to you, share it. Someone out there needs to hear this today.